Harper Business and HarperAudio present How to Be Bold, The Surprising Science of Everyday Courage by Ranjay Gulati. Read by Stella. To my parents, Satya Paul and Sushma Gulati, who were my first role models of courage, and to my wife, Anuradha, and my children, Varun and Shivani, who inspire me every day with their quiet acts of boldness. All things are ready, if our minds be so. William Shakespeare, Henry V, Act 4, Scene 3. Forward. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act with wisdom and compassion despite uncertainty. It arises from inner strength, patience, and a sincere concern for others. I believe courage is not limited to acts of physical bravery, but is reflected in our willingness to stand for truth, practice forgiveness, and act selflessly for the well-being of all. Fear and uncertainty often hold us back from making the right decisions. Yet, when we develop a calm mind and a compassionate heart, we can face challenges with clarity and confidence. Each one of us can nurture courage through compassion, reasoning, ethical action, and service to others. This book explores how we can cultivate everyday courage, not through aggression, but through wisdom, resilience, and a deep understanding of our shared humanity. When we recognize our interdependence, our courage naturally expands beyond personal ambition toward the greater good. May this book help readers to develop true courage in fostering the oneness of humanity. The Dalai Lama, February 11th, 2025. Introduction. One of the most courageous people I know wasn't a legendary explorer, activist, or soldier. She wasn't a Hollywood stunt person or an astronaut or a firefighter. She was my mother. In India, during the 1960s and 1970s, when I grew up, society was staunchly traditional. Men served as the breadwinners and heads of households, while women were expected to prioritize domestic roles, placing their husbands' goals and happiness above their own. Few women back then would have dared to separate from their husbands, forge their own careers, and use their life savings to start a business. But that's precisely what my mother did. I was too young then to understand all the risks she took, but some were obvious to me, and quite stunning. I'll never forget a dramatic moment that occurred when I was a teenager. Having achieved a level of prosperity thanks to her business, my mother bought 5 acres of land in what was then a rural area outside of New Delhi, planning to use it as a weekend retreat. No sooner had she acquired the property than authorities announced plans to turn the area into a new township and build residences on it. Overnight, her farmland became much more valuable. A real estate developer approached her, asking if she would sell for an attractive price. She refused, telling him she didn't care about the money. She felt drawn to this particular property on account of its location close to her home. The developer became aggressive, threatening her with consequences if she didn't sell. Repeatedly, she declined. One day, a stranger showed up at our home, introducing himself as a representative of the developer and asking to speak with my mother. He was a big, stocky guy dressed in a cheap, ill-fitting blazer. My mother initially refused to see him, but he pleaded that he only wanted 5 minutes of her time, and that afterward she'd never see him again. I showed him into our living room, and he took a seat on the sofa across from her. I watched from a nearby doorway as he took out a document from his pocket, placed it on the table in front of my mother, and glared at her. "I'm here to get you to sign this." My mother glanced at the document and saw that it was a bill of sale. She pushed it back toward him. "I've already told your boss that I won't sell. Why do you folks keep wasting my time? I won't change my mind." "I know," the man said.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?